It's been so long since I last recorded, I swear I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. What is up, you guys? It's me, Trevor, back again with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys, I think around 9 sneakers or so that are good budget sneakers for going back to school. This is just kind of my personal list that I've compiled up of a few of the shoes that I found have not really stood out, but have been kind of popular in the sneaker scene, and as well as some of the more classic shoes that have not really gone out of style in the last couple years. And also, if you're wondering why I'm kind of sitting off to the side, it's because I'm gonna have a couple pictures and stuff like that popping up on this side over here. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of off-centered. But without further ado, let's jump into the first shoe. Number 9, we have the Nike React Element 55. Similar to the Nike React Element 87, the 55 is basically just more of a budget style of the two sneakers, I would say. They look pretty much identical. The 55 does actually have a little bit more comfort in it. The main difference of the two, I would say, is basically just the 87 having a mesh upper, and the 55 is more of like a standard shoe, like a cloth upper, I would say. Very, very comfortable shoe. It looks amazing on foot. It's kind of like a mix between a lifestyle shoe and like an athletic, sort of athleisure style sneaker, I would say. And the shoe also comes in a number of different colorways, so if you're looking for like a specific colorway to go with a, you know, certain couple pieces of articles of clothing you have or something like that, it really wouldn't be difficult trying to find something that would match with it, because there are so many different colorways that Nike has produced. It just makes it a lot easier to find that specific colorway to go with those items of clothing that you're looking for. I'm also going to pull my camera a little bit forward here because it's too far back for my liking. Oh god, that's a big head. Alrighty, so up for number 8, we have the Nike Air Max 1, which this shoe can be very cheap and it can also be very expensive. If you're looking for something that is a collaboration, the price can definitely jump up quite a bit. I've seen it in the 3 digits, and I've also seen it in the 4 digits for price range. So it definitely has quite a big price range when it comes to the colorway or style that you're looking for, if you're looking for a collab or not. But for kind of the essential, like the cheaper versions of the shoe, you can get them from, I would say, like $80 to $130, $140, and that's also Canadian. So if you are in the US, then the price range is more like, I'd say, $70 to $100. So it does get a little bit more affordable if you're looking for those more kind of baseline models and those baseline colorways. But if you're looking for a collab, the price will jump up quite a little bit. But the shoe does have almost like a very retro vibe to it, but it also keeps that sort of modern feel to the shoe. The look of the shoe is very, I would say it's a little bit more retro looking, just because it has that air bubble unit in the sole, and just the overall look of the shoe looks a little bit more retro to me. But I think the shoe is very modern looking when it comes to the colorways and stuff like that, which actually kind of leads me into number 6, or is it number 7? I think it's number 7. Number 7, which is the Air Max 90. Now this shoe, in my personal opinion, is very similar to the Air Max 1 when it comes to the actual style of the shoe. It is a little bit more bulky looking. The sole plate is a little bit thicker than on the Air Max 1. But overall, the silhouette of the shoe is actually very similar to the Air Max 1 in my opinion. You get a similar colorways, and the price range is very similar as well. Unless you're looking for like the off-whites, then you're looking at like between like $500 to like $1,000. So again, the price range can jump up quite a little bit if you are looking for a collab. But if you're looking again for that baseline, sort of that like kind of bottom tier model, the bottom tier colorways, whatever you want to call it, the price definitely is affordable, sitting around that between $80 to $130, $140 range. Next up, we have the Nike Blazer. This is number 6 on our list. So the Nike Blazer can come in 3 different versions of the shoe. Basically, you have the highs, the mids, and the lows. Now, the highs can get a little bit more expensive. For what I've seen online, I think they range of around the $140, $150 range. There's a few that you can get for around $100. But I would say for the most part, if you're looking for a blazer, they're gonna range around that $150 mark. If you're looking to spend a little bit less than that $150 mark, look for the mids or the lows. They definitely are cheaper. These two styles don't typically tend to sell out as much just because they're not as popular. The highs definitely are the most popular of the 3 styles of shoe. But if you are looking for something a little bit cheaper, I would suggest going for the mids, and if you can't find any mids, go for the lows. StockX does have a couple different prices for the mids and the lows that are around that $100 range. So if you're looking to save a little bit of cash and get that same silhouette, the mids or the lows might not be a bad choice for you. And again, these also come in a ton of different colorways as well. If you're looking for the collabs, they actually just released the Stranger Things collab, which are honestly super nice. I think they're about 200 bucks, which isn't too bad for a collab shoe. And I know that whole Stranger Things Nike collab does hold a little bit of hype behind it. So if you are looking for something that is a little bit more noticeable to someone who would be involved into sneakers and stuff like that, the Stranger Things collab might not be a bad option for you if you're looking to spend a little bit more. But again, if you want to spend just a little bit, like if you're looking to spend under 100 bucks, I'd go with the lows or the mids. Look around, there's a ton of different colorways for you, and it shouldn't be too hard to find that one that you're looking for. Alrighty, so next up for number 5, we have the Adidas Continental 80. Now this is a shoe that was very popular, I would say probably around a year, maybe 2 years ago, when the Adidas Yeezy Power Phase came out, because this shoe was basically an exact silhouette to the Power Phase. If you have them side by side, you obviously can tell a couple different features of the shoes, but as kind of like an overall silhouette and that look of the shoe, the Adidas Continental 80 was pretty much a dead replica of the Power Phase. So if you are looking for the Power Phase, I know the Power Phase only goes for about 100 to 200 bucks, and the Continental 80 is around that same price. It is a little bit cheaper because it's obviously not a Yeezy shoe, but you can definitely get it for around that $100 price range, even cheaper honestly. And there's a ton of different colorways for this as well. I know that the shoe retails for $80, so if you're paying around that $80 price mark, then you're essentially paying retail for the shoe, which is always a good thing. I apologize, the sun is kind of like going in and out of the clouds, so I keep getting brighter and stuff. Yeah, if you're paying around 80 bucks, you're getting it for retail. If you're paying more, you might have to pay a little bit more for like certain colorways, but for the most part, they will kind of hover around that like $80 to $100 price range for this shoe. And again, just very classic shoe. It's very similar to, again, the Power Phase. And actually, the next shoe that I'm going to talk about, which is number 4, which is the Reebok Club C, which this shoe honestly kind of ties into the Power Phase and the Continental 80 as well, because it has that same exact silhouette of the shoe, although the actual designs of the shoe are different. They are all leather, and you can get them with gum soles, you can get them with like a cream sole, you can get them with like an all solid color shoe. Just kind of overall a very nice looking shoe, very easy to wear. You can get them in an all black colorway, like I said, or an all white or a cream color, and all those colors you can essentially pair with any sort of clothing. You don't really have to have it color blocked at all. Just kind of all around very easy shoe to wear, and it is a low top as well, and I've always found that low tops are just a little bit easier to wear, so that's also a nice bonus as well. But yeah, so the Adidas Continental 80, the Power Phase, and the Reebok Club C are kind of all in the same class of shoe, I would say. They all have like leather uppers with like a gum sole bottom or like a cream bottom for the outsole, and they all just look very similar. They have the same silhouette. So that is, I want to say number 5 and number 4, so I think we're down to number 3 right now. Let me just check my list here. So for number 3, I'm kind of stuck between the bottom, or the last 3 shoes I have. I haven't really put this in any sort of order. I've just kind of listed them and gone off the list that I had in my phone. So the last 3 shoes aren't in any specific order, but I'm gonna start off with the Air Force Ones by Nike. Again, very classic shoe. It's really never gone out of style. It's timeless. Air Force Ones are kind of known for the all white colorway, but you can also get them in a ton of different colorways. Again, one of those shoes that has like just a number of different colorways, so if you are looking for that specific colorway to wear with, you know, like a certain outfit or whatever, it would not be difficult to find a colorway that matches that outfit specifically. But for me personally, if I were to cop a pair of the Air Force Ones, I would honestly just go for the all whites, the triple whites, which has the white sole with the white swoosh on top of the actual white forefoot of the shoe. So there's literally no other color except for white on the shoe. To me, just such a classic shoe, very timeless. You can pair it with pretty much any sort of outfit because you're not really working with specific colors, you're working with a very basic color, so white can go with essentially any other color that you pair it with. Yeah, these retail I think for like 60 or 70 bucks here in Canada, so in the States I would think they're probably around 50, maybe 60 bucks. So very cheap. You look online, literally no one has anything bad to say about these shoes except for however many people you see on the street wearing them because they are so popular. But as kind of a base shoe, if you're looking for something that's just very easy to wear, that you'll get a little bit of recognition for, the Air Force One in the triple white specifically colorway definitely would not be a bad choice to go for. So for the last 2 shoes that I have here, I'm actually gonna start off with a Jordan, which I haven't put a Jordan on this list yet. So I'm going to be putting the Air Jordan 1 as a good budget shoe for 2019. Now, of course, you have the Air Jordan highs, the mids, and the lows. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the mids, but the highs are kind of a classic for the Jordans. So I would suggest if you have the money to go for a pair of highs, just try to cop any sort of pair that I would say is around 150, 200 bucks, because they are a little bit more expensive, but you are kind of getting a classic shoe with whatever colorway you have on it. But it's such a classic shoe, it doesn't really matter what colorway you're wearing. People kind of notice it just as a Jordan 1 because that's like the shoe just has so much popularity behind it. We're not even talking like the off-whites, but they do get very expensive. Even talking about like Chicago, Shatterback boards, Breads, like Royals, there's tons of different classic colorways that are very, very expensive. Nike releases colorways of this shoe extremely often, and if they don't sell well, then you can find them for around $100, $120. They are very, very affordable, and you are getting, again, a very classic shoe, a shoe that doesn't necessarily have hype around it, but if you have an Air Jordan 1, you just get a little bit more recognition because it's such a classic and popular shoe. But if you're looking for something that is a little bit more cheaper, I would suggest going for the mids. You're kind of getting the best of both worlds when you get the price of a high, but the silhouette of a low. I said that backwards. The price of a low, but the silhouette of a high. There you go. The mids, you can just find a lot of different colorways for a lot cheaper prices because they're not as hyped. They don't sell out as much. So if you don't have the money to spend on a pair of Jordan 1 highs, I would say just get a pair of mids because again, you will get that same silhouette. There's tons of different colorways out there. Why am I not focusing in here? There's tons of different colorways out there, but you do get it for quite a significantly cheaper price because it is a mid top as opposed to the high top. So for the last shoe I have for you guys, which I guess we'll call it number 1, I'm kind of just categorizing this as Vans in general. Not any sort of specific like style of shoe or silhouette, but I have 3 pairs here. 2 of which are very popular and the third which is not so much. So this one here, if you haven't seen these yet, you're living under a rock. These have been around for ages. Pair of checkerboard slip-on Vans. Very easy to wear. Slip-ons also come in a ton of different colorways. They actually have like a navy blue kind of colorway that I have been wanting for a super long time, which I probably am gonna cop. But checkerboards, very popular. Everyone and their dog has a pair of those. Next up we have the old schools. These are the lows. Again, everyone and their cat or dog or sister or brother has a pair of these. Super easy to wear, 2 colors, black and white. You don't have to like worry about mix matching colors and stuff like that. And then the last one, which is my favorite of the 3, this is the Era silhouette, so it just has this nice color blocking throughout. This one does have 3 colors on it, so you have cream, black, and white. Again, very easy to wear, but Vans come in all different colors, like they're literally endless. I think they actually have some sort of customization thing on their website where you can make your own color of shoe and stuff like that. So if you are looking to kind of mix and match colors and kind of make your own thing, I would definitely check out Vans because they have an endless amount of collabs and different colorways and just silhouettes of shoes that you can kind of customize and make your own. And old schools and like slip-ons and stuff like that have been timeless and classic for however many years now, and they're just such an amazing pair of shoes. If you're just looking for something to wear into the ground and just beat up, Vans definitely are the best choice for you. They're very cheap. I think here in Canada they're like 70 bucks, 80 bucks, which is a little bit more expensive, but down in the States you can get them for around 50 or 60, so they are significantly cheaper just because of that currency exchange and stuff like that. But overall, Vans, if you're looking for a pair just to kind of beat up and wear into the ground, definitely gonna be the best choice for you. You can also get them in high tops and low tops as well. I know these do come in lows. You can also get them in high tops as well. The high tops are super nice too. So again, if you're looking for something just to wear into the ground that's cheap, Vans are gonna be the best call for you to go for. So that is a wrap for my 9 budget pairs of shoes for you to wear back to school in 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will have my Instagram linked in the top of the description down below if you guys wanna go check that out. I kind of post on there every once in a while, like just outfits and stuff that I wear. So if you are looking for a little bit of outfit inspiration for back to school, definitely take a look on that. Take a look at that. And I think that's about going to wrap it up for today's video. Comment down below what you guys want to see for some video ideas. I have a little bit kind of brewing in the back of my mind here, but I haven't really had anything set in stone. So just shoot me some ideas down below in the comments. I read every comment and I try to reply to all of them as best as I can. And yeah, I think that's a wrap for today's video. Click that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new around here and you agree with my list or you like any of the shoes that I put in today's video. Also, if you guys have like a budget list, put me like your top 3 or top 5 shoes down below in the comments of like your best budget shoes for 2019. Maybe I missed a couple that are kind of obvious that I just kind of looked over, but I would love to see your guys' lists as well. And I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I will see you guys in the next one.